cut down trees at a Christmas tree farm, and they go to people's houses and they celebrate Christmas, and things go horribly wrong.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, woo! There we go. Hello, friends, and everyone out there. Well, everyone's my friend. We're all friends here on this show. Welcome to another fabulous episode of the Scary Movie Project. I am your host, Matt, and you know what? It's that time of year, folks. Yuletide greetings. It's that holiday season, right? We're here to talk about holiday horror. I'm very excited for this, but it wouldn't just be me, of course. So I have two of my good friends, Sara Alepin and Kristina Kury, here from Laughing with Gingers, two great friends of mine, wonderful podcast. Laughing with Gingers, of course, is the title. They are here, and the reason, it's very specific why they're here, because they had a great episode recently about eco plant horror. I don't know if that's the right word I'm using here. And you guys talked about a short film called Treevenge. And I had never heard of this. And we're going to talk about this film. It was amazing. So welcome to you both. Please say hello to everybody.
Hi.
This is going to be fun. We're going to talk about a couple spooky holiday films, and we're going to talk about real holiday horror, and we're going to get into that shortly, right? So, but you guys were the genesis of this. This is a short 16-minute Canadian horror short called Treevenge, 2007. And the thing
I think 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing that's interesting to me is a guy, the director of it is a guy named Jason Eisner, right? And I didn't realize until we got into it, he directed the film Hobo with a Shotgun, which is awesome, okay? He won this fake trailer contest for Robert Rodriguez Grindhouse, which is what Rob Zombie did, Werewolf Women of the SS. Eli Roth did his Phony Thanksgiving trailer, which is, of course, is a movie now. But I guess this guy won Hobo with a Shotgun. Hobo with a Shotgun is phenomenal. That's another conversation, but you got to see that. But he made this 16-minute short called Treevenge, where we're going to talk about it here in a second, but it is these lumberjacks that just cut down trees at a Christmas tree farm, and they go to people's houses and they celebrate Christmas, and things go horribly wrong.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, woo! There we go. Oh boy, that's setting the tone right off the bat.
We're going to spruce up this convo.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh, where are all the dads in the world? Those some puns we got right there. My God. Keep them coming. All right, so Treevenge. It opens up with these beautiful shots of Christmas trees, and the theme from Cannibal Holocaust, I believe, actually opens it up, which is a great film. And then these lumberjacks come in, who I've never seen angrier lumberjacks in my entire life. Quite frankly.
They're so
I've
bad.
never seen someone so bad at using an axe or a chainsaw.
Right? They're just very angry, and I'll get to that in a second. And they, cut down the trees. They ship them off to Christmas tree farms, and then they get taken home by people, and they are very angry. The trees are very angry, right? So I guess we should back up some. We can get a little more detail here. Yeah, what's up with these lumberjacks? Why are they so angry at these trees? They're like, you effing pieces. I don't want to, use such foul language, but what's up with these dudes, right?
They're super mad.
Yeah, do we know why they're so angry at Christmas trees? I don't really understand that.
I don't know. I mean, it's Christmas. They should be happy.
Yes. They're getting paid to do this, I would think, right?
Yeah, and they stomp on the little one that's like quivering and
tiny spruce.
They do. They are mean, and the way they make these little trees, they're very it definitely tugs at you. You're like, oh man, you're being so mean to these poor trees. Did the trees remind you of Ewoks, by the way?
Yes, right? The sounds.
Yeah, they like the Ewoks. Yeah. So these guys are mad as hell, and they go and they take the trees and they sell them to the farm. And then this one family comes to the farm, and the Christmas tree lot, I suppose is a better word, right? Hey, we want this year to be so great. We love this one right here. And dad brings it home with his wife and his kids, and they put up a tree and they decorate the tree. And two women and some dude are living in a trailer, and they have a tree they put up there also.
Yeah.
All right. And then the other Christmas morning comes, and I love the dad. He's got the video camera out. He's such I love Christmas. He's just like
that dad is Kristina.
Yeah, I love Christmas so much.
Are you out there with the camcorder?
Yeah, I'm like so excited to decorate. Let's film it. Let's be happy. Yay, yay, Christmas.
You know what, though? I'll say, thank goodness what happened to him is not what's happened to you, and we hope that doesn't happen either. So, don't go well. So, the whole time the trees are talking, right? And they're, you hear them speaking their little language. Why are you doing this to all? I love like the suicidal tree in like the van where it's like smashing itself against the thing, right? And so they're thinking, why are you doing this? Why are you playing this awful music? Why are you putting all these decorations on me? And finally, they're like, we're done, dude. And it goes from like silly, goofy, homemade movie to like intense violence real fast. And it is gnarly.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's like a 180.
Gnarly. Yes.
That is one of my notes, that it gets gory so fast.
Oh, and you know what? I'm a total gore hound, obviously, and it is good. So the tree just a little girl goes, I got a doll, and it just yanks her inside and just starts shredding her, and it is just blood everywhere. And the mom and the other kid and the dad are freaking out, and the dad tries to save her, and he throws the star from the top of the tree right into him, and it sticks right into his chest, I guess, right?
Oh God.
And then I love the husband and wife or the guy and his girlfriend just trying to have sex, and he gets all angry at their house, and he says, God, what is going on? And she's like, well, do you want open presents? He's like, no, I just want to fuck. It's Christmas.
He's like getting a cramp in his knee or something.
Oh my God.
I know.
It's just so like random scene, but it's so hilarious. And so everything just starts going like the cat gets caught in the one tree that they have, and the tree kills the cat. Well, I know that was we don't like killing dogs and cats on this program. We don't approve of that. But
or trees.
No, we don't. Yeah, I mean, why kill trees, right? We don't need to do that either. But these trees don't mess around, right? And so they kill the one guy. They chop his leg off right with the axe. Yeah. And then what I want to know, then they run out into the middle in the neighborhood, and it's just chaos in the neighborhood. The trees are killing this entire street. The thing that I want to know about this is like production wise. That's all I ever think about. But how did they get their entire street to buy into this scene of like because they had to shoot this outside? It's shot outside in someone's neighborhood in Canada somewhere. So that was pretty cool. They got their entire neighborhood to do this with them, right?
Yeah.
Just see with a gun. I know they obviously didn't shoot the gun, but that must have been. There's fake blood everywhere. I can't imagine asking my neighbors to do this in my neighborhood.
Oh, I would totally ask my neighbors to do that, and my entire neighborhood would.
And I would come and just with a lawn chair and just sit in your neighborhood and watch you do this. It would be amazing. The trees kill a baby.
Oh my God!
They stomp the baby after the people stomped the sapling.
And they squished the baby's head, and that's it, baby done. And I was like, wow, you guys killed a baby. That is really, wow.
They went for it.
I just sat there with a smile on my face, laughing at this gory, nonsense. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Because it's so like, we're going to make a movie and the effects are good, but we're not going to try too hard, right? We're still trying to be silly here. This is a homemade thing. So it's like just so perfect. It's so graphic. I mean, that was 16 minutes. That was just wonderful for me. I thought it was hilarious. I loved it. What did you guys think?
I am so glad that we introduced this to you.
Yes.
I had no idea.
It's now a holiday staple for me.
I had no idea what I was doing, but I found that movie, and I don't even remember what I brought to that episode. It was the plants are out to get us.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
The eye thing got me so bad.
Oh yeah. So that was some good
away.
That was some like Italian like Lucio Fulci horror stuff, like with the zombie movie where like he always has something with poking into someone's eye. That was gnarly. Oh man. Woo. Yeah. That was good stuff.
Kristina, are you going to admit how you watched this second half of this movie?
Like this?
Basically, yep. I covered my eyes. And my girlfriend told me what was going on
There you go.
verbally.
Yeah.
So I know there's some eye-popping scenes. Did not watch them.
There is a way inside the Cabin Fever DVD where you can watch it in like Hans Vision, it's called, or something. And when all the scary parts come inside the DVD, they built this so these hands come up on the screen like this, and
Oh
it covers the
my
scary stuff.
God. I
Yeah.
love it.
Christina, you need that for all scary movies.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Cabin
I
Fever
really do.
DVD will do it for you. I had a friend, we went to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one of the remakes years ago. And she said, I want to go see it. I swear I'm going to be fine. I told her it's going to be good. Okay. We went to see it. We're 4 minutes into that movie. And I hear, oh no, this was a bad please be quiet or leave. One of the two. So don't ruin it for me.
Oh no.
But yeah, this movie, this looks like it was a blast to make. I imagine this was like a 48 hours of just so much fun. So much blood and gore, and I mean, just hilarity.
Yeah, I still would have had the same reaction and needed to look away, even if I had helped make. I worked on that one horror movie in Occoquan, and I couldn't watch it afterward, even though I helped like make the intestines, and like mixed the blood up myself.
2 plugs to watch Sarah's Occoquan movie and watch, of course, me and Tara's Occoquan film about the ghosts of Occoquan. So shameless promotions, but continue, please.
I mean, technically, I just, it was a good opportunity for my students.
Yes, of course.
But you should definitely watch the ghost one from Matt and Tara, because Occoquan is super haunted, for those of you who don't know Virginia very well.
It is. We had a great time doing it. Sadly, no personal experiences, but that's okay. We had a good time doing it. Yeah. I mean, look, horror and comedy, they go hand in hand, is really the truth, right? And this movie was just hilarious. It was hilarious and just gross, and it was great. Yeah.
And the character development of the trees was so good. And I don't know why the tree salesman the tree lot guy was so angry about the trees too.
Yeah. Like, these trees didn't do anything to these folks. It's the opposite, right?
Yeah. So I've got to ask, are you a real tree person? I know I asked you, Matt, but.
So you know what? I own a fake tree. And periodically, I'm not like a big Christmas holiday decorator. I might do it like my house up once every 2 or 3 years, maybe. I don't really do it every year. So I have that fake one. And if I need to, I'll just put the fake tree up. Right. Yeah. But I am a fan of I would like a white tree. Those are always hot. And I do want the Festivus pole. I have yet to purchase that, but I will get the Festivus pole one day. Yeah.
I think you could just get any kind of pole.
Yeah. Well, they market. They know they can make money, so they sell them.
Yeah, they do.
Mine would have ribbons.
Be like a maypole.
Yeah, I lean towards the fake one. I used to have one, but it finally crapped out on me. It was just, I had it so long, it was not any good anymore. So I'm in the market to buy another fake one.
So here's a question then: when you buy the fake one as well, colored lights or are the white, or just like the white solid lights?
Ooh, that's a good question. I used to have colored lights, but now I kind of want white. Now that you're saying that,
I like the different colors. I miss the old like giant bulbs. Remember those too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the Easter egg
were really cool.
Yeah, and the tinsel, you got to put that on there. And if you're, a raging alcoholic, you can just put all your empty cans on the as ornaments instead of actual ornaments.
You might get your tree a little drunk in that case.
Yeah. Well, then that tree's definitely gonna come
can't
back
kill you.
That tree's gonna come back and kill you for sure. So.
Oh God, when it's hung over on Christmas morning.
Right. And the best part I think about this is the fact that, if this was a standalone, it'd be great. But this is the guy that made Hobo with the Shotgun. So to me, it's like, oh my God, this is so great. So. Anyway, again, that's for another day. But
is that on the Grindhouse DVD?
So, the trailer?
Yeah, because then I've seen it.
You can just go to YouTube and look up the trailer for it. You can just search for that. On the DVD, I don't own the Grindhouse. I don't know, so I don't know the answer to that.
I do own it.
Okay. Yeah, but
So-
yeah, you've got Werewolf Women of the SS, the Rob Zombie one, the Eli Roth Thanksgiving trailer. 2 classics, right? So yeah, hilarious.
I
Unbelievable.
bet you it's on there. So I bet you I've seen it and I just didn't
probably
realize
is.
what it was.
It probably is.
Hmm.
It probably is.
Interesting. I am a fake tree person, but
Okay.
I like the real lights that you put on yourself because
Uh,
as soon as those lights start dying, it's so annoying. And then
yes.
you have to throw out the tree. Whereas like my old fake tree, I had for like, I don't know, 15 years. And then
Yeah.
we moved to a place where we could have a larger one. So I gave that one to my brother. And then now our lights all went out and I have to add lights to it. And we have a bunch of dead light bulbs on.
Yeah, that's how I lost my last one.
What about just getting the Charlie Brown tree? You can buy that, the little one that sags
So
over.
cute.
I know.
Yeah. You can get that.
They would have been mean
I-
to that in Treevenge for sure.
Oh my
Mm.
God.
Yes, they would.
Probably would have broken the little ball.
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah, some mean lumberjacks, but they get their comeuppance, if you will. So and I want a sequel. I want to know what happens next, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to see if these trees continue their reign of terror, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I would like to know if the people who are fake tree people get immunity.
That's a good point.
That's
Yeah.
why I was wondering what camp we live in.
Did you ever see the Simpsons Halloween episode where the trees come back to life and kill everyone in Springfield?
Mm-hmm.
I have not. I don't think I have.
Where they to stop everyone, they just blow the pollen all over everybody. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh my God. The Simpsons is the best.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, so we love Treevenge. I think it's a hit, right?
Mhm.
So
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about 2 other holiday horror films I enjoy. One is Silent Night, Deadly Night,
Which
my-
I
my-
watched.
My theme is kind of Killer Santas, right? So we can talk about that. And then, well, I'll get to that, I guess, in a minute. So yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's a pretty twisted movie, right? It's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
This
Messed up.
This kid is with his parents, and they go to visit his grandfather in a retirement home. And
He's in an insane asylum.
is he a is that what
Yeah,
it
it's
was?
an
I guess it
insane.
was.
Well, I
trying to be
read
nice,
the
I guess.
plot. I did not watch it.
didn't
I
watch
read it and I was
haven't
like,
seen it in a
I can't
while.
watch this. It's way too scary. It's gonna give me Santa nightmares.
Watch it like this.
I watched it last night. There's
so
a
you
reason
just
I
watched it,
brought
okay.
wine.
All right, so I haven't seen it in years, so that's better. Okay. So yeah, and then his grandfather doesn't speak, and then he tells him to watch out, Santa's gonna get him or something, right?
Yeah, he said, "Have you been naughty?"
Yeah,
And then he
right.
said, "Santa punishes naughty children."
Oh my goodness.
And the kid is horrified.
As any child would be. And then
Yeah.
they're driving back, and this killer Santa who had shot a guy at a 7-Eleven,
Yeah.
basically runs them off the road and murders his parents right there in front of him. With his little brother who's an infant, right?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then we fast forward. He's an orphan, the poor kid, the 2 of them, and living in a convent with these nuns, which is an awful setup. And it's
So
every
bad.
awful trope that could happen to you. This happens to these kids, and he has so much PTSD. And then he gets this job at the toy store when he's 17 or 18. He's an
The
adult at this point.
worst job for this kid.
Oh no! But that's the best part of the movie. Sarah
Come
knows
on.
that sequence, that montage when he's working at the store and everything's happy. Oh my God, how hilarious!
Oh,
It is
God.
it's the corniest couple minutes you'll ever see, and it's just wonderful. It's
Oh my God,
amazing.
it's so 80s. It is
Yeah.
so everything about it.
I so hope it's on purpose, but if it's not though, anyway, it's beyond funny. So who even cares? But then he has to be a Santa for Christmas because this other guy, something happened, whatever, and
God.
they have the office party, and it's a total terrible because they all get
Well,
drunk.
wait,
of course,
before he even gets to that, a kid sits on his lap and he tells
oh
her
right, the little
the
girl.
same thing. And then
Yes.
she starts screaming and crying and having a full-on panic
Yes.
attack. And then they kind of close up shop from there and have a 5-person holiday party.
and they get trashed. And of course, that one guy that works with him in the back office, that dude is like the worst employee ever.
Yeah.
He just sits there and he's like pouring like scotch the entire like movie.
The entire movie. I kind of want to know if he was actually drinking the
that
scotch.
was a real bottle of J&B, whatever it is. That was a real bottle. I know that was. Now, is he drinking it? That I don't know. But that, oh my God, it's just so terrible, and it's great. And then of course he snaps at the party and he starts killing people.
Yeah,
and he's like hanging people with Christmas lights and strangling them, and it is just. I like it. So then what? See what the heck happens? I don't even remember what happens the rest of the movie. He runs amok, and they finally catch him. Then
he goes back to the orphanage.
Right, and they kill him at the orphanage, right? Finally?
Yeah.
That's right. And his little brother's watching it, and he's like, and it sets up for a sequel because his brother's all creepy at the end of the movie. I don't remember what he says. He says something at the end of it, though, right?
Yeah, he does, and it does set up for a sequel.
Yes.
But he doesn't kill Mother Superior, who I totally thought that they would actually kill, because she like punished him for like
the most
random
stereotypical nun like ever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I think I like this movie for the sole fact that it's just so twisted. Like it's just, we're gonna ruin Santa Claus for all of you. We're gonna ruin this. We're gonna take it and we're gonna make it so demented, and we're gonna. I mean, not only I think is the Santa going to kill the parent, he's going to like basically try to rape the mother at the same time. And it's just like, we're going to just pull everything here and we don't care. And obviously that did not go over well because people were livid with this film. I mean,
were they really?
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
That honestly doesn't overly surprise me.
They took it out of theaters, I think. I think they
they did. I have some trivia around that. It actually, it was a group formed by, I guess, some parents that were very angry called Citizens Against Movie Madness. And they picketed it so much that they pulled it. I think they only got 2 weeks in the theater and then it got shelved. Which is crazy because they estimated that it was going to make about $20 million. It would have earned well
I would have gone
over.
to see it if it was in the theater when I was. I would have gone.
But it only grossed at about 160,000 because it was just pulled from everywhere.
Cult classic now. You know what? And that's the thing. Like, that is so. I don't know. Like I said, that's why I think I like it, because it's just the way it's just twisted, and it takes. What our view is of something, and it just it puts it on its head. But at the same time, I like that too, because it's basically kind of saying F you to everything that you think it is, right? We don't care what you think about a nice cuddly Santa Claus. We're going to go this way with it, and we don't give a damn what you think about it. And I like that, and I really do. And I mean, it's messed up, and the acting is atrocious. I don't think these people are even actors. I don't think they're even actors, honestly. I think they actually did it on purpose. It is just a ridiculous film. They made a sequel, which is even worse, and I think they made a remake. I finished after the first movie. I didn't bother with the rest of them, but it's pretty much just turning something we think is great on its head and really just messing with people. Sarah, did you like it?
So honestly, it triggered me.
Are you gonna dress up as a Santa now and go do awful things?
I mean, maybe. It would be an inflatable one, though, I think, because then I would be like the biggest, jolliest Sara Santa of all time. That's my brand of Santa. I have to, be as unsexy as possible.
Did you ever watch Roseanne?
Yeah.
Remember the one episode year she takes the Santa job at the mall and she does Santa Claus?
No, I didn't watch it like religiously.
Vaguely.
I love it. One of my favorite shows. So she definitely played Santa one year. It was pretty funny.
That's hysterical. So I had some things that I thought were super 80s that I wanted to ping about this.
The whole movie?
Yeah. The baby riding in the mom's lap in the front seat.
Oh, can we talk about that? Yes,
God.
thank you so much. And the kid in the back seat. We clearly had no car seats at this point. What is going on here?
He probably wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I'm certain of it.
I don't remember. Did I have a seat when I was a kid? I don't remember. But yeah,
I did.
They're holding the kid, the baby in the front seat of the car. I love it.
Yep. And then like we have no idea why the Santa carjacks them and doesn't take the car and just murders them, or how he then gets away afterward, or any of that.
And why he doesn't kill the kid, because he sees him clearly walk across the road and hide in the bushes.
Yeah. And the baby too. The baby is then in a car seat once the car has
It's
stopped.
not running away.
No.
It was the weird, like I had so many questions about that. And then I will die on this hill. I think when adults drink milk in movies, they are always villains. And that the Santa.
Well, first of all, I mean, obviously A Clockwork Orange, right? Yeah. The Korova milk bar right there. So give me some more adults drinking milk being villains. I
just feel like it's a really weird thing for us to depict adults doing in the movies. Like there's a reason you do it every time. And unless you're dressed as Santa and he's just casually drinking milk and he's like 18 or like 20 or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is going to go really wrong really fast. This is my sign.
By the way, why is he wearing like a karate komodo? Like on what the hell is he wearing to the store? What the hell is that?
I don't know. I actually wrote down, it looks like he's out of Star Wars.
He kind of does look like Obi-Wan, doesn't he? Or maybe or young Anakin Skywalker as played by what's his face, right?
Yep.
Yes, he kind of. I was thinking like some martial arts thing or something he had on. That was
but
so
it's like
strange.
The tan color. So
yes, what is going on? This movie is just
and then the other thing. Well, I guess the like how did the kid get the baby back to the orphanage?
I don't know. Yeah.
I had some real questions about that opening piece.
You're not alone.
The other thing about it being so 80s is that like sharps and flats music. Like remember when we did A Quiet Place, Matt, and I was talking about that sound that now horror movies have, that's like the strings that's like not a sound engineer.
Okay.
In the 80s it was like that synthy kind of sharps and flats music.
Yeah.
And I forgot about it until last night. So there's always, so I'm curious. I don't know what the ones from other decades are, but I feel like we should look into it.
Okay. I like this idea. Let's continue with this. Let's
call Bill.
We will. Bill Vaughn, we need you on this episode. We need to do another one about more audio and horror. I'm sure he'd be more than willing to. Shout out to you. Now you're tasked with this. Yeah, it is quite a that car scene. I forgot about that. Oh my god. It's quite the movie. And where do they live, by the way?
It's gotta Utah. It's Utah.
Yeah, like
it says it on the mental institution.
Some mountains and more nothing, and it's like, okay, it looks beautiful. I'd like to live there.
It does, unless you've got that Santa running around, in which case I will sled my way on right out of there.
The
hard no.
what was the name of the toy? Ivan's Toys, Ira's Toys, or something like that?
Yeah, it was a real toy shop.
Oh, was it a real toy store? Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Also, never put fully opaque things on your windows. That's just asking for Santa to come murder you.
Right. Exactly.
Noted.
So, Kristina, this was not a movie for you, then? Is that right?
No, definitely not.
No, okay, that's all right.
I need a little more, humor and like romance.
I mean, we laughed plenty, so you probably would have. But I mean, at the same time, yeah, it's a bit unsettling.
I read it because sometimes if I can read something, I can watch it easier, knowing what's coming. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, oh no, no. This is getting worse and worse.
I texted her and I was like, I don't know that you should watch this.
You should not be watching this. This is not good for you. This is
what I do like though is it was actually called Sleigh Ride throughout its production.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
like that.
Like slay.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, it works
Yeah.
for exactly. But I think the title end up with I think is better.
I think so. I think so.
I like
It's,
that.
I think it would have set it up maybe for even more of a humor horror and than what it might have than what it is, you know?
See, this is what's great about this movie too, and I had this conversation with guests and everyone before. Is what I love so much about these old '80s horror when I was a kid is the art on the posters and stuff. Like it's the Santa out of the chimney with the axe. Like that stuff got me into like wanting to watch these films. Right? They pulled you in with it. It was so great. You know?
Yeah,
that was
no
so
Well,
floating
that's what they actually regretted leaning into the murdering Santa because that's what called attention to that Citizens Against Movie Madness. So
I really
yeah.
wanted it to be Citizens Against Evil Santas. Like I really
You
wanted
could start that. You could start that.
Yeah. Yeah.
CAES. Yeah, you can start it right now. There's plenty of evil Santas out there, and I'm going to mention one in a second, clearly, because well, I'll get to it in a second. But you know what? Most of these groups, I say go find something else to do with your time. But I mean, legit, like you're jacking up some kids and it's kind of scary. And I can't argue with them on this one. Like, you're messing with Santa.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, this is the only movie they were successful at like getting pulled. They tried in other movies and it fell flat. Literally, this was the only one. It's also, there's other murdering Santas that came before this movie. So it was a little annoying, obviously for the people that made the movie because they're like, well, Tales from the Crypt did it. Christmas Evil did it.
I like that you mentioned Tales from because you just made a segue for me because my other one I wanted to mention is one of my favorite episodes from season one of the first like 5 episodes of Tales from the Crypt, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. An episode called And All Through the House. And it is about a killer Santa. It's about an escaped murderer. He gets out on Christmas Eve and finds a Santa suit and breaks into this house. This woman is killing her husband.
Oh my God, I remember this.
Have you seen this? Okay, yeah. It is great. It's spooky. It's scary. It's really good. I forget who the actors are, but it's really good. It's one of my favorite. It's kind of like a go-to, like on Christmas time, I need to watch this episode. So those are my two. Those both Killer Santas. Those are my two, like, scary. Now, we can go on and on. Black Christmas, which I really don't like very much. I know it's like the original, like, slasher POV movie, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know, like, so that's kind of the ones that I wanted to get to, right? But obviously, what else do you guys have? Any ones you want to throw out there? We're open to what we want to hear of holiday scary films, right?
Doesn't not a holiday scary film, and kind of an aside, sorry, totally Family Guying here, but doesn't Tales from the Crypt have an episode where there's a really lazy guy in a recliner and moss grows on him and like turns him into a plant?
Creep Show. That's Creep Show. That's Stephen King Creep Show. Yep. But close. Yeah. So close enough. Yep.
Yeah. I'm so glad you got that reference. I tried Googling it when we were doing the plants horror
yeah.
episode and I could not find it anywhere.
Yeah. Stephen King Creep Show. That was it. Yep.
So I have not seen this yet, but I heard really good things about what's his name? I messed this up the last time. David Harbour? Is that? Yeah, David Harbour. There's Violent Night, which came out, I think, last.
Oh, yeah. All right. Tell me more. I don't know much about this, though.
I don't know a lot about it, but he's a killer Santa is what it looks like. And I heard good things. So I'm just throwing it out there next year. I think.
Well, as stated, I'm into Killer Santa, so I'm in. Let's watch it. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we can both watch it and do a bonus episode and Kristina can bring trivia.
It can be holiday horror part 2 next year. So yeah.
Santa's back.
Yeah, I like it. That's good.
Yes.
Treevenge, the sequel. Yeah. Yeah, there are a good amount of these silly, the 80s was the decade of horror films based around holidays, right? That's when these all started. And of course, the king, Halloween, obviously. That was what started it. But yeah, everything kind of went from there. And there's some pretty silly movies out there, boy. I tell you what. Yeah. So
What about I mean, not that it's a horror movie ish, although it did kind of scare me.
Okay.
Oh my God, what's the one with Halloween Town, the Tim Burton movie with Jack
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. That I can get on board with.
that to me is just way more Halloween than Christmas, though, I feel like, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was wondering where you would put that.
But that was cool because then, it's not an evil Santa, but they kidnap Santa. That's kind of cool, right?
Poor Santa.
Yeah.
He's stripped to his underwear.
Yeah, he is. Santa's got a tough deal, man. You got to fly around the world in one night and gets, kidnapped by, claymation people, right? It's a tough go.
It's a tough business.
It is.
Maybe next year you'll do that one for the Christmas creep, the time between when you shouldn't have your Christmas decorations up yet and have just taken down your Halloween decorations.
So you know what? I think that's a good point too for us to discuss true holiday horror, right? I think right? True holiday horror, to me is like a crowded mall. What's up with Black Friday, right? Can we talk about
I
that
hate it.
Awful.
So I think I dislike it so much because I'm of the opinion of holidays should be just that.
Yeah.
They should be days where I'm sorry, you're not working, you're not doing whatever, you're chilling, man. You're just hanging out. You're not staffing a store. You're not going to work at 4:00 in the afternoon to work until 1 a.m. to sell things, to have a sale.
For people to yell at you and be mean.
People to yell at you, to bang on doors, to do all these things. I just don't understand it. And it's frightening. I've never been to one of these sales. Look, unless you tell me I could buy like a car and I could save like $10,000 on a car, that's like the only time I would ever do something like that. I'm not going to go to save $200 or $100 on a laptop. I'm not going to do that. It's just, it's not. Do people really like?
It's not worth that to me.
Remember all the old videos of like Cabbage Patch dolls and stuff back in the day, right? Speaking of the 80s. Yeah, like people
like the stampede. Like people died on Black Friday because they got trampled to death.
So plugging Thanksgiving, Eli Roth's new film, which is, I'm just going to say there's quite a bit of Black Friday involved in that. Please go see it, and I'll probably write a review about it. Anyway, but yes, they literally get stepped on, right? Like people get hurt. They die. I don't know if they die, but they get hurt. Like, awful. Really? Is that what you've become? You've become like a slave to your kid to go get like a doll for them? Really? Your kid's life is not,
Do you know there are people who are still in debt from their Beanie Baby collections when the Beanie Babies were a thing? Man. Like still carrying debt from that.
How can you be in debt if they're worth money? Sell them. Are they worth money still?
They're not worth money.
They're
never worth
now
money.
They're worthless. Okay. All right. Because they used to be worth like a whole bunch of money. Yeah, I don't know.
For like a hot second, like a month in the 90s.
Stock came and went, right? So I guess now it's like November is like Black Friday month now, or Cyber Mondays, and I can't imagine
Small Business Saturday.
I'm cool with that, right?
There's Giving Tuesday.
Giving Tuesday. There you go. But see, those are all like can be done without this mass chaos, right? I feel like. But yeah, that is a true scary moment. How does everybody feel about office Christmas parties? Speaking of true holiday terror.
I mean, who hasn't been to one where someone overdrank and embarrassed themselves?
Isn't there a movie with like Jennifer Aniston called Office Christmas Party that is exactly about this? Isn't there?
I feel like
yeah.
Yes. Let's have a party with lots of alcohol and with a bunch of people who work together who probably hate each other.
Yep.
Or just like would never hang out.
Yeah. Never. This is a great idea. I mean, who is thinking about this?
Yeah.
I don't, I'm just trying to understand that. But you know what? Some places do I will say that some places, I used to work at a hotel a long time ago, and a lot of places, real good companies, they will rent out ballrooms and hotels, and they will get top-notch catering. Those are cool parties to go to. You get your spouse, your kids, you dress up, you go to, and it's all free. Your company pays for it. Those are some really nice, I will say that. But at the same time, the door is still open to massive inebriation and embarrassing of yourself. So
yeah. Yeah, my husband's company does that.
Like the real deal party, right?
Yeah. And it's great. I mean, it's lots of sequins. It's super fun, but do not be the one that overdrinks at your spouse's
Nope.
holiday party.
Don't do it.
Because people will bring it up a year later and say, I'm not sure if you remember. And that's their way of saying you were shit canned.
Yeah. There's always a chocolate fountain incident probably somewhere in there, you know.
Falling on the dance floor. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I went to a holiday office party at the Queen Mary one year for my company.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The Queen
Yeah,
Mary.
it was really cool. We like walked down into the pool area.
So you do know the Queen Mary is crazy haunted, right?
Yeah. That's why we started like wandering around.
So you've been
drunk.
to a cool haunted place that I want to go to. So you got me on that one. Ooh, nice.
Well, I had my prom there too. So I've been twice at this point.
All right. See, we gotta. All right. Well, next, we gotta do a paranormal investigation with you at this place.
It's really cool. It feels creepy being on it, and I've only been at night. You know,
I'm not a big fan of ships, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Wow. All right. I might go to that party. But yeah,
Kristina, you have another story about an office Christmas party and a movie that you were projecting.
You had trivia for that for whatchamacallit, right? Also, we didn't do it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I slid in the trivia for Silent Night, Deadly Night all the way through there. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't just know how much they were projected to make. that was trivia.
Okay, that was it. Okay. You brought hard facts. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You want to tell your story? Matt will love this story.
I can't wait.
Okay, so I was the marketing director for Wolfgang Puck Catering. So I was support to the sales staff for selling catering stuff for Wolfgang Puck.
Yeah.
And we ended up having our Christmas party in this giant, it was called Union Station. It was, from the 1900s train station. So you can imagine how wide open space it was.
Ornate.
And against one wall, it was kind of plain. We were going to project Christmas movies against. And I was kind of helping put together all the different aspects of all the different things of this party. And I put on, what's the movie called, Sarah? It's a total classic Christmas movie.
It's a Wonderful Life or
No. It was the one where it jumps to different stories throughout a family. It's all about one family and it leaps from family to family. It's marketed as a, rom-com-y, feel good, but heart jerker during the holidays.
The recent
movie? God, I wish I could remember the name.
Is it called like the or like the Family Stone or like the Holiday or
not the Holiday? Family Stone sounds a little more accurate. Anyway, in it, I had forgotten, but
Love Actually.
Oh, maybe. So
sorry,
anyway,
I googled movies that could possibly be based on what you're about to say. Go ahead.
Search here.
So I'm talking to my boss of the whole everything, and my back is to the giant screen behind me on the wall, and his face gets bright red. His eyes get really wide, and he starts busting up laughing. And I'm like, I don't understand what's so funny. And I turn around, and there's a woman riding a guy, totally topless, just bouncing up and down. I ran so fast to my computer. Oh my God. I did not know that part was in the movie. I totally forgot.
That is amazing. Was anybody there yet or was this before the party?
100%. The party was full blown going. We had like 200 people there.
And it just made the party so much better. I mean, that would have instantly been like great. I would have said greatest party ever. Well done.
I put on It's a Wonderful Life on loop after that because I'm like, I am not going to put myself in that.
And then it made for a great story for the rest of the time you worked there, I'm sure. That is awesome. I love it.
God.
And now it is forever in my search history. Christmas rom-com with sex.
Yes. Yes. And then, again, Treevenge had that in there as well, right? I mean, great. Yeah. All the great films have it, right? That is hilarious. See, that's something you would see in a movie, right? Like a movie that was playing had like a gratuitous sex scene. They're like, oh my God, what's going on here? Oh, that's
a
funny.
total that's like a sitcom move right there.
Yes, that is good. I love stories like that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh,
I knew you
was
would like that, Matt.
I love it. I love it.
Mortified.
Anything inappropriate, I love. So
Were they
great.
drinking milk?
Ah.
No time for that.
So those are like my two right now. I will ask both of you. Well, we'll get to the end, but what else? Anything else scary that we should discuss? And besides, we could also discuss, real horror, especially family members that come over during the holidays that you just don't want to talk to, right? Everyone's
Oh,
got
yeah.
those.
Yeah.
We don't have to name names, obviously, but that's kind of a real thing too, right? I mean, it's a real thing. Time to
Accurate.
celebrate the holidays with people I don't like. So
I know.
it's unfortunate though, because that is a real thing. So
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. And we could be those people to other people,
Yes.
which is I always check myself to that.
yes, people might despise me royally, but I still get invited to come. It's who knows, right? They're too nice to tell me, I guess. So, anyway,
Yeah. I think the real horror story is having to sit through political conversations and current event conversations with family at holidays.
that is a good one. I will do current events with you, but I won't do politics with you because I
It
don't
depends on the current event, because the current
that's true.
event
Could be it could be the political climate, right? It could be that, right? So But
yeah.
isn't that kind of one of those things? Like it's just etiquette. Like it's just told you. Like that's not what you discuss with groups. Like you just don't do that. But some
We
people
had to sit down and have a conversation about it in my family,
There you go.
because nobody wants to 5 minutes into being here say, so how do you feel about the war on something? And it's like, war is bad.
Bad.
Let's look,
Bad.
period.
What
Yeah,
do you
done.
mean? How do I
It's
feel
bad.
about it? I'm upset people are dying. I'm upset it
Here's
had
what
to
you
happen.
do. You just casually change a subject to this movie called Treevenge, and then you just go from there.
My
And it
default
just-
is usually dad jokes. Like I kind of,
You've only given us 2 this episode, by the way. You got any more? Come on.
that's true. I have only given
Yes.
you 2.
Yes.
Pitiful.
Yeah.
And
you
now
still got-
you're whining about it.
Yeah.
Oh, she just cheers the camera just
I
so
like
everyone knows with her
With
wine
my
glass.
So what is everyone's then favorite, scary or not, favorite holiday film? Go.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Kristina,
I've got a good one. I think I got there's one I like. I'm wondering if you guys have seen it, but I'll let you go first. Okay, look. I can answer kind of for everyone. Look, we all love A Christmas Story, okay, right? That's great.
Oh my God. Classic.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We love the Griswolds.
Yeah.
Those 2 are great. So besides that, though, like, what does everybody else like?
my family is the Griswolds, by the way. Not the ones that live in this house, but the ones I grew up with.
Clark.
My favorite is the Grinch. Hands down,
Yeah.
forever and always.
The original cartoon we're talking about, or the movie with Jim Carrey?
Original cartoon, although
With
the
Boris-
physical comedy
with
in Jim
Boris
Carrey's
Karloff.
version should not be overlooked. My second favorite would be Elf.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna
Now-
say I love Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Oh, what a great
OG.
one.
And then that feeds into the elf for sure.
Okay. Now, Sarah, you have to recite one of Boris Karloff's lines about the Grinch. You have to like for instance, you're a 4-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce. What is one of the lines? You have to give me one. Go ahead. Come on.
Between the choice of the 2 of you, I'd take the seasick crocodile.
Oh, I like the one. You sir, the Westfalls stink, stank, stunk. Yeah, those are good ones. Well done. Very good. Rudolph, great one. Is that the one with
so good.
the abominable snowman? Right? Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the one.
And the kid, what's his name? He wants to be a dentist, right?
Yeah.
Ernie.
Oh my God,
is it Ernie or something?
No, God, the name, I know it, but of course
Yeah.
you put me on the spot.
It's
so
one
now I
of
don't
those
know it.
names, though, like Bernard or Ernie. It's like an
Yeah.
old school.
Yeah.
That's gonna drive me
And
crazy.
obviously, Charlie Brown, of course, and all that good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
drop one on you guys, which I hope you all have seen. Has anyone seen The Ref?
No.
Oh,
I don't think of that as being a Christmas movie,
it's
but
absolutely it happens on Christmas.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
Dennis Leary, what's his face? The guy that was the dude in Al Neary in Godfather. I forget his name. Christine Baranski. It is awesome. It's hilarious. It is a
Ooh.
yeah. It is yeah. Dennis Leary is a bank robber. Tries to rob this house. Gets way more than he bargained for with the most dysfunctional family you've ever seen at the holidays. Please watch it. I've been watching it for 25 years. It is awesome.
it's
Love
really
it.
good. Christina,
Love
you
it.
would really like it.
Yes. It's
Okay.
great.
All right.
It's
Adding
great.
it to the list.
And it's not scary.
It's from
Perfect.
94.
Yeah, Dennis Leary, who doesn't love Dennis Leary, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Is
that is
Kevin
one of my
Spacey in it? Yeah, he
Oh
is.
God, yes, I'm sorry. He's the father. God, I totally forgot. Jesus. Sorry. Yep. Great movie. Great movie.
Oh, and Christine
Christine Baranski. She's the mother. And his wife she's really good too. Who plays his wife, Kevin Spacey's wife? What's the actress name? Looking at her right
is
now.
it Glennis Johns?
No, that's the old grandmother, I think.
Judy Davis?
That maybe is it. Are you looking at a list that has the characters' names too?
Sure am.
And what does
Judy Davis is Caroline?
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her. That's her, Carolyn. Yeah. It's really funny. It's a dark comedy, I suppose you would call it. I guess I don't know.
I'm
But
on
It's
board with
good.
those.
It's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
You'll like it.
I think you will. I definitely think you will.
I
So
forgot about this movie. I'm so glad you brought it back into rotation.
yeah. So what did we learn today? Right. we
Don't get drunk at
drink
office
milk
parties.
are evil.
please don't do that. Right. Don't think twice about cutting down a Christmas tree at this point. Right.
Don't do it.
Definitely
what's-
don't stomp on it.
No. Do not dress up as Santa and do awful things. Please don't do that. We also learned there's lots of great stuff to watch out there. You know, don't forget to watch all the classics, right? At Christmas. Anything else that what are we forgetting? Anything? Did we cover it all? Is that truly all of holiday horror?
I would say
Krampus. What about Krampus? Watch out for Krampus. Yeah.
I never watched that movie. Did you?
It's kind of lame. It's okay. I like the story of like the European,
real
the actual
story.
Krampus is scary, right? But
Yeah, way scary.
those dudes are like scary for real.
Yeah.
The movie's okay. It's all right. It's worth a watch, I guess. But
Yeah, I feel like the Elf on the Shelf is something that is also terrifying.
Elf on the Shelf. Yes.
It is scary.
They could totally make a horror movie about that.
They could.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality is Christmas is ancient and scary. I mean, honestly, it was scary a long time. This whole, Hallmark Channel movie stuff we're seeing is not real, right? That's not what it's about, right? So,
Have you seen all the
Oh, go ahead.
Have you seen all the things about people making bots watch Christmas movies and rewrite scripts?
Oh, I have heard some of this. Yes. And I read one of them on Instagram and I was dying. Yes.
They're so funny.
Yes,
They're so good. You'll have to share some on your Instagram at the Scary Movie Project.
Nice plug. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I think things through sometimes.
Yeah.
So you'll have to share some there. And then there's also people talking about watching it in reverse. And it's like, woman breaks up with her boyfriend in the country who wears flannel and then moves to the city, gets a high powered job and lives happily ever.
Oh, if you watch Treevenge backwards, that makes so much sense why everyone's so mad at them.
Very nice. Are we getting to this like Wizard of Oz backwards territory and like Pink Floyd stuff we're talking here? Are we getting into that kind of world? I like it. I like it.
Now I know why they're so
look
mad.
At you.
But I was gonna say, yes, it makes perfect sense. So I was gonna say it was just quick plug to Jeff Belanger, who is a great author and paranormal guy and spooky story guy. He was on former guest. He has a new book called The Fright Before Christmas, and it's a nice book about like old scary parts of like Christmas and of days yore. if you will. So I have not read it yet, but I'm hoping to read it quite soon. So Jeff, there's your plug. Come back on the show.
Okay, before we go, I want to know your favorite Christmas holiday tradition or any holiday tradition, I guess.
Oh man. Oh, any holiday? I mean,
Yeah, I think that's fair because not everybody celebrates Christmas. So
my favorite holiday tradition is everything I do on Halloween. I mean, that's what it is for me, right? I mean, Christmas, I'm cool with it. I like it. One thing I finally did though a couple years ago that I wanted to do forever was, I think it was 2020, and no one wanted to be around each other on Christmas, right? Because of COVID and whatever. So I remember I used to love Married with Children, great TV show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they used to always joke about it. They would have Christmas pizza, right? And so I went to, I don't know, Domino's somewhere, and I got Christmas pizza all by myself. It was awesome. I loved it. I wouldn't call it a tradition, but my favorite holiday tradition is you know, anything Halloween. But since we're talking about this, though, I don't know that I have one. I don't think there is one. But isn't that sad? It's terrible.
No, I don't have any traditions either. The only thing I could think of is I really like eating my grandma's cheese ball at Christmas time.
There you go.
That's it. I
go.
can't think of anything else.
That counts. That totally counts.
I think that counts. That's a tradition.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Sarah?
My favorite is my mother-in-law. Shout out to Linda, who is freaking awesome. So every year it is her goal to find the most ridiculous holiday item to give us. So one year it was like a toilet cover that was on the toilet part was like the button part of Santa's front, like his torso. His head was on the toilet tank. So you were like kind of peeing
into Santa. I like that.
In his lap. It's like you were sitting on his lap like a little kid.
How foul and wonderful.
And then last year it was these slippers.
Oh,
they're little turkeys for everyone.
Little turkeys with holly on them. They're very soft and squishy.
Okay.
And 2 years ago, I learned that she does not appreciate when you do the same thing to her as much. She likes it to be her own thing because I got her.
I like that.
A iPhone charger that lights
Christmas
up,
lights. I love it.
and it is Christmas lights. I can actually plug it in and show all of you watchers on YouTube what it looks like. But it lights up.
Yay!
Who wouldn't want that?
She got me one too, and I have to say I use it year round.
Yes. Then you can be festive all the time.
Yeah, it's the best. I use it year round too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the big Easter egg ones, but they're jeweled. Yeah, Linda, I think she wants it to be her own thing. And you know what? I see my space and I honor that because yeah.
All right. We've given quite a lot of shout outs to people today, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're being so generous.
It's Christmas
holiday. Yes, it's the holiday. It's a Festivus miracle, as Kramer would say. Oh man, let me tell you what. Oh boy, wow. Well, we certainly hope we filled everyone's holiday with cheer and hilarity and nonsense, because I know I did my best. Quick note, this is the last episode of the year for the Scary Movie Project, so please enjoy yourselves, and we're going to see you guys in January. But before we sign off, of course, I want to let my friends here give one more shout. Where can everyone learn more about Laughing with Gingers and everything you guys do?
Take it away, Kristina.
I mean, head on over to Instagram at Laughing with Gingers. We're hanging out there, giving you cool tips about gingers and all the weird things that we are and funny stuff. And yeah,
all the weird things that we are.
There was a really good one I liked about, what was it, suntan or something? And it was like avoid the sun, and then like one of them was don't even think about the sun or something like that. And I thought that was really hilarious.
The sun is the enemy.
Yeah.
God, it's out to kill us.
That's out to kill us.
We are naturally festive. We've got half of the Christmas colors already at our disposal.
See that? Well, if you wore all black, you could be Halloween colors at all times.
That's true, because it is close. It's also orange.
There you go. See, this is the kind of stuff you'll learn from them when you listen to their show and watch their stuff, obviously, and killer plants, obviously. So,
yeah.
And how to use food as weapons.
Food as weapons. Okay.
You can launch a burrito right at somebody from across a park.
Weaponized food.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, thank you all for listening to our show. We love you guys out there. You guys know how to find the Scary Movie Project. It's Instagram, it's Facebook, the Scary Movie Project at gmail.com. You know what? This has been great. Thank you guys so much. And we will see you all next year. Happy Festivus to everyone.
Bye.
The Scary Movie Project podcast. Learn more at thescarymovieproject.com.